You ever wonder why those 20-year-olds in beer league seem to have endless speed when you gas out halfway through your second shift? And it's not your age, it's how you treat your body. I train guys all the way up to their 60s and they move better than they did in juniors. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why your legs die early in games and how to fix it without wasting any time. Which brings us into point 1. Your skating speed isn't slow because you're old, you're slow because you're locked from sitting all day. Years of sitting tighten your hips and your ankles, wrecking your ability to stay low and push properly into the ice. Every beer leaguer knows that stiff feeling when you first get back on the ice. That's not rust, it's mobility loss. Your stride can't extend if your joints can't move. Fixing mobility is the first step to speed. The fix for this is focusing on the ankles and the hips. You can start the ankles with half kneeling ankle rockers and the hips with 90-90 hip openers. By doing these, you can build the mobility needed to sit lower and have a more powerful stride. But even if you move well, it doesn't matter if you can't produce force into the ice. If you're a beer leaguer who lifts but still feels a step behind, it's because you've lost force, not muscle. Most guys stop training strength and power years ago, or they lift like bodybuilders and not hockey players. I had a client who could deadlift over 400 pounds, but he struggled with winning races to the puck, mainly because his training wasn't built to translate on the ice. The truth is, skating speed comes from force applied into the ice, and force comes from proper strength training. What I focus on with my athletes is number 1, heavy bilateral lifts to push harder in the ice, like front squats and trap bar deadlifts. Next is using unilateral lifts for greater single leg strength and stability when you push one leg at a time. And lastly is using isometrics for your joints to be stronger, stay lower, and transfer more energy in your stride. But even if you're strong, it won't matter if your gas tank empties out after one shift. If you're a beer leaguer gassing out after your first shift, you've lost your aerobic base, that quiet stamina that allows you to recover all game long. You go hard for one shift, then feel your legs turn into concrete. That's not age, that's improper training. When it comes to building the aerobic base, I like to use intervals rather than steady state cardio. Because let's be honest, steady state is super boring. So you can start building capacity with sessions like 90 seconds on, 30 seconds off, 2 minutes on, 1 minute off, or 3 minutes on and 30 seconds off. For these intervals, the goal is keeping the highest pace that you can sustain each and every round. This way you can recover faster and have energy all game long. But speed also dies when your nervous system shuts down, which brings us to the next point, neural drive decline. You're not slow because you're tired, you're slow because you don't train your nervous system. Back when you were in high school, you sprinted, jumped, and skated weekly. Now, once a week at best. You see, speed is a skill, and every skill needs to be trained often. You stop training it and you'll lose it within 7 days. To get it back, dose in sprints, jumps, and fast and explosive work weekly. This can look like regular sprints, sprints on a treadmill, or using an air bike. Remember, you don't need to do a ton of reps, you just need to dose in speed work every single week. This can be as little as 3 to 4 reps per session. And even with all of that, if your training isn't structured, you'll struggle to progress. Every beer leaguer says they train, but they don't see any on-ice results. They're still slow, they gas out by the second period, and they have no strength on the puck. Mainly from their lack of structured training. They go to the gym, debate whether they should hit chest or arms, and skip another leg day. Random training equals random results, which is why for my clients, I build out 3 full body sessions per week, focusing on speed, then power, then strength, and finishing with conditioning. And we progress that month over month, so you're getting faster within 3 months. Once you fix these 5, you'll notice improvements within your speed in a matter of weeks. And if you're wanting to join our coaching system so you can have a personalized program for your speed and stamina, check the link below.